You don't like open houses, neither do I. Let's listen to this question that we have with questions from Krista that can help you realize other things that you can do besides open houses. We've got a question from Nate Glasell, and he says, I'm new at being an agent, and I know that open houses really only help with buyers. My broker wants to see me working on the weekends. I don't want to have to do open houses. What else can I do besides open houses to generate business? Well, Nate, that's a great question. So, I know you're going to hear me. I'm preaching to the choir. What do I tell everyone all the time? Utilize video as much as possible. Become the go-to mayor of your community. Anything real estate or community related, you need to be the go-to trusted resource. Now you're saying, well, I'm new, Krista. I don't know anything. Guess what? You know about real estate. You know about your community. You know what's happening that's cool. You know fun places to go. There's so many things that you can do to educate your community to be fun and not just talk about real estate. Because if you just talk about real estate, guess what? You're boring. So you want to talk about other things as well that are community related. Now, if you do this the right way, you start running videos and then you start running ads behind them. You start running YouTube ads. You start running Facebook ads like we do in my company. Then what's going to happen is people are going to start to see you more often, and you're inadvertently doing open houses. You're inadvertently cold calling. You're inadvertently door knocking. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, you could do an open house and maybe 3 or 4 people will come in, but imagine if you run a highly targeted Facebook campaign to your local area and you're talking about the community or what's happening in a certain neighborhood or buyer tips or seller tips or interest rates or credit repair, and you start just to be that go-to trusted resource, and they start seeing you over and over again, and you notice that you start having anywhere from 150 to 250 hours watched of every single one of your videos. Now that, in my opinion, is a much more efficient and smart, productive way to spend your time. Instead of doing an open house and hoping that maybe 1 or 2 people can come in, if you consistently generate video, run ads behind them, and target people in your hyper-local geographic area, before you know it, you're going to start hearing everywhere, I see you everywhere, and you're going to become the go-to community expert authority in your area. So I hope that helps. You guys know, I haven't done open houses forever, and I know that they do work, but I also know that on the weekends, I would much rather be making donuts for my kids and my husband instead of making donuts for people like the neighbors or looky-loos. That's just my take on it. Now, I'm not saying they don't work, but if you're going to do open houses, make sure you incorporate a 21st century digital marketing strategy into doing that open house so that you can do it on steroids. Do things like a Facebook Live 3 or 4 days before. Do things like running an ad behind it, having people guess the price of the house. Do things like hide a certain stuffed animal and tell them to find it within the house. Do something that counts, right? Run a video, give yourself exposure, give the seller exposure, and then put it all over the internet, put it online, because that's where buyers and that's where sellers are looking. So you're going to be able to give yourself exposure, you're going to give your seller exposure, and you're not going to have to work weekends or nights. So I hope, Mr. Nate, that this helped you as much as it helped me. And as always, everyone, thanks for listening. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. And as always, make it a great day. Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free, and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.